After being renewed for a third season, the latest Batwoman episode sees ratings plummet. Hello, I'm Mr. Nailsin. A little over a week after the CW announced that they had renewed Batwoman for a third season, the ratings and viewership numbers have hit their lowest point in the show's short-lived life. Batwoman actress Javicia Leslie celebrated the news of the renewal on Instagram at the time. She wrote, "Season 3, baby," with 3 little bat emojis. "I love y'all." Well, now TV series finale reports Batwoman Season 2, Episode 4, Fair Skin, Blue Eyes. Gee, I wonder what that's about. Had a horrific rating of .10 for the 18 to 49 demographic. It was almost a 40% drop from Episode 3's .16 rating. Not only were the ratings in the 18 to 49 demographic terrible, but viewership plummeted nearly 30% from Episode 3 to a paltry 507,000 viewers. Looking back at Season 1, which... God, that was awful. The 4th episode had a .30 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic and viewership at 1.287 million. The Season 2 Episode 4's 18 to 49 demographic rating declined by over 66% compared to Season 1. The viewership numbers percentage decline wasn't far off. It declined by just over 60%. The show appears to be in complete freefall when it comes to viewership, with Episode 3 being an apparent anomaly. Not only are the ratings declining, but the audience scores are also going down. The Rotten Tomatoes audience score for Season 2 now sits at 18%. On IMDb, the weighted average score has stayed static at 3.4 out of 10, despite having almost 200 more negative one-star reviews out of 354 total new reviews. And there might be a reason why the show is not only seeing declining audience scores and viewers turning out. YouTuber Yellow Flash states, "The show is awful. It was awful last year. It's been awful this year. I don't even want to talk about last night's show because it was awful, and I couldn't even finish it." He later adds, "The show is just horrible." The music is horrible. Yeah, it is. It's terrible. I've only seen the first episode of Season 2, but oh boy, no. The writing is terrible. Yes, yeah, it's always been god awful, and now it's terrible. It's one of the absolute worst shows I've ever seen. Yeah. And I don't understand how that's possible because the comics are actually pretty good. This is true. He goes on to you, if you stuck to the source material, you might have a good show, but instead they have a woke, virtuous show that nobody wants to watch. It's quite embarrassing. Yeah, the wokeness, the show can be easily described as all icing, no cake in a lot of these cases. But the icing is just the woke crap. There's nothing there. There's nothing in there. The comic book series, as it started out with Batwoman, was pretty good. It was interesting and all that. Even if you have a low amount of budget for it, you could still garner something from that. They didn't even try. And now it's just so far removed from any of that. I don't know what this is. Well, yeah, I do. The sad thing is that Ms. Leslie is a better actress than Ruby Rose was, but she's just tokenized here, and that's all they do, and it's actually kind of cruel at this point. It's too bad. Hopefully she'll find another vehicle for herself. She's a beautiful woman. She does have some acting chops here. I think the proper vehicle, she could do well, but this is not helping her at all. So, and yet it gets renewed. Swamp Thing gets canceled, but Batwoman gets renewed. Swamp Thing could be a more expensive show, and that could be the reason, but not by much. You could cut corners there and come up with a good enough show. Somebody who knows what they're doing could do it. But Batwoman, because all they've got left is their political sermons and tokenism. Well, meanwhile, another show that was supposed to be all tokenized, I'm sure, was Wonder Girl, based on the just off the presses Wonder Girl, just because I don't know, there wasn't enough representation for Brazilian women, so they had to have yet a third Wonder Girl character, Yara Flor, to be this Brazilian woman who's also a dreamer, and so you could play it on that angle, I guess, and that's all it would have been. The comic book, which I read the first one, I haven't seen the follow-up, wasn't that bad. It was kind of silly, but in a good way. The art was pretty good, except for a couple of panels here, but she was very beautiful, and so it wasn't bad. I kind of wish this was a character who had her own name. But it's not there to be a good superhero character. She's there to be a platform for preaching. So probably just as well that CW passed on it, but I have to wonder, why did they? But I guess it's because they can't really afford. They've got Batwoman, that'll have to do. So they didn't want another one, and that might be for the best for Yara Flor. It might have been ruined. However, we'll never know. It didn't get started. So the woman who wrote the script, Dalen LaJeffa, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Dalen Rodriguez, tweeted out, "So some sad news for all those asking. Wonder Girl is not getting picked up at the CW. I was very proud of the script I wrote. Wish I could have shared the world I created, but unfortunately it was not meant to be." Thanks for everyone's enthusiasm. It meant a lot to me. So that's it for that version of Wonder Girl. Well, considering the job they've done with Batwoman, it's probably for the best for Wonder Girl. Anyway, there you go. There's your desperately necessary information on the current status of CW superheroes. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness, so many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.